Good morning, Rob. How are you, man? Brown chicken. Ooh. Full house. We got 0. That's what my phone says. I should stop singing in the beginning. Oh, I see 3 now. Good morning, whoever is out there. I hope somebody can hear me even. Yeah. Is this mic on? Rob neighbor here. Yes. No, it's Rob. That's not Rob's neighbor, is it? No. Rob's neighbor. Carrie. Where the hell you are? What's that?
My Alexa started talking.
I know. Good morning. Good morning, brown chicken. Rob Benjamin. Those are the only 2. Yeah. Sick is already here.
So
He's in the comments too. It was double duty. I like his icon goes boom, boom. You always get the best artwork on all your stuff. Of course, I guess that what happens when you're a dead fan.
Motorbomb, let me try something at the very beginning here.
Yeah, you can do some ballet, something, yoga.
No, it'd be something. No, it's something new to me. I'm gonna try if I can do this. Hang on.
I was hoping for yoga. Oh, you got a nice clicker clapper. These recorded ones? Pre-recorded?
No, that wasn't recorded. I just took that off YouTube sound.
Oh, and you brought it out. Yes.
What did it sound like? A air whistle?
Yeah, the one went. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, so it works. I just was curious.
I got a train one somewhere. Is this? I don't know what I got no more. Beware, pushing buttons. There it is.
There you go. Yep. All aboard!
All the fun stuff. Damn, we got good morning, Robin. You got little kids up here on the screen, Robin. Just wanted to warn you, man. We're up here playing with our toys and pressing buttons and seeing what's happening.
Robin Willis. Do I know him?
I don't know.
Hey, Robin.
What?
Good morning.
We do this morning. That's good. I like to see a new face every now and then. It is nice. Where are you from, Robin? Out exploring the internet, or have you been here before? The internet, the YouTuber. That's what we do sometimes. Let's see.
Speaking of exploring, Dean, I sent you a text earlier this morning of a video I found while trying to wake up.
Right here?
Yeah, that's the one, buddy. That's the one.
Just like magic, like I knew you was going to ask me.
My man. My man.
Yeah, waiting over here. Look at this guy.
Yeah, they're happy, aren't they, when they're running free?
That is. He's like, where are we going? You want to see? Look at me. Look how fast he is too. Like that
now,
dude has.
This video, there were no likes, no comments, and I just saw how happy that dog was, and I just had to share it with y'all because that dog is just absolutely ecstatic, taking off running, having the best life.
Well, we got a few comments on there now. I commented, you commented, somebody else got 9 likers.
All right, there we go. Anybody with a dog that happy needs some traction.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's put a little link out in the chat and maybe get another watch or 2.
There you go. It's as easy as that, people.
Yeah.
As easy as that.
Yesterday, Angelique got 1,000 on their rain, the flood we had. She's supposed to a little short, and she got yesterday 1,100 hits on it, and she was so extremely happy.
Yeah, she's a popular girl.
Little things, man. That
People like her.
yeah.
Well, it was the rain. They wanted to see the rain.
You sure? No, good stuff. How's it been going there, Mac?
Well, let me tell you about my yesterday. Horrible storms all day long, no power on and off. But here's what we did. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting at the courthouse in Cullman to get my star ID. We got up there at 7 o'clock in the morning. There was already 60 people ahead of me.
God.
So we turned and left and went to Blount County, got over there to Blount County, and it was lined up for 2 city blocks. We headed to Walker County and decided before we got to Walker County, we just called. They said, just forget it. There's not even a space on the sidewalk. So we came home and watched our power go on and off. No star ID.
Oh.
Now, what do you need star ID for? Is
In
everything?
America, they've got this thing. You got to have a real ID, and every American's got to prove that they're an American. You got to take 5 or 6 documents, including your birth certificate, go to the courthouse, and get a star put on your driver's license. So you can fly, go into federal buildings. It's a crackdown, where every American has to prove what they are. Even though I've been knowing who I am and what I am for 85 years, they don't know.
Yeah, they play dumb.
God forbid you're a Dominican or something. From the Dominican Republic or something. Yeah, I get it.
And let me tell you what, I was over at Dallas, Fort Worth, the most gun-friendliest state in the world, right? So there was my sister and I lined up at the airport, Dallas, Fort Worth, and a lady come up to me. She said, "Sir, you've got to come with me." I go, "What?" She said, "You've got to come with me." I go, "What for?" She said, "Sir, just come with me." So I walked with her, and we went into a room. She said, "We're going to check you for gunshot residue." I go, "Why are you checking me for gunshot residue?" She said, "We randomly pick out somebody in the line, and you're it." And so they scanned my hands looking for gunpowder. Well, I'm a gun enthusiast. Hell, I have gunpowder on me everywhere,
Yeah.
But I made it through the screening. But guess what? When I got back, we was flying first class. They had given my seat to a little girl about 9 years old. Now, do I, as a grown man, say, give my seat back, or do you just go sit wherever they find a spot for you? They put me in coach class, and I pay you like $1,200 for first class because that's just the way it is. I was a villain in my own country.
I got banned from the mall in Atlanta for carrying a pistol.
Yeah, Mac, I would have kicked that 9-year-old right out of that seat.
After I sat there in that middle seat in coach, and knowing that now my sister, she didn't have to move. What happened is they held me there until the whole line lined up and got on the plane, and that little 9-year-old girl wanted a window seat, and she didn't even have a first class ticket. They moved her to first class, and then they put me back in coach.
Did you get a refund? Because I would have been like, yo, move that 9-year-old kid out of my seat.
What I'm saying, I paid for first class. The company that was traveling me paid for first class.
Yeah.
I couldn't protest, but I did whine about it a little bit. I'm still whining today.
Yeah.
I would have whined all the way to the next landing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys,
Lying about it in your next life, man. What are you talking about?
you guys are so fortunate. You can have your guns. We just not allowed here in Australia, man. And yeah, there's Daniel. Yeah, the Australian.
Yeah. Where do you live? North Korea?
So I know none of you take it for granted, and at times it's very reassuring to have the sidearm in case of the methed up looper on the road who wants to take what's not theirs. I get it. I just wish we had it over here, but Australia would probably be a different country if we had guns.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more murders. Things arguments are settled easily with a bang. So I get it.
The idea is to put more guns in the good guys' hands than the bad guys' hands.
That's
I hear you sick, that poor Australia thinks that everybody with the guns are bad guy, including, the only ones who've got guns are the police.
Let me tell you something. If everybody in this country had a gun, there'd be a lot less crime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about just accidentally shooting yourself? Would that kind of go up a little bit?
That'll learn you.
Oh, that'll learn you. Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a video on YouTube where a guy was demonstrating he was a Los Angeles police officer demonstrating how to properly to put the magazine, take the magazine out, how to put the safety on, how to chuck up around. And while he was doing so, he shot himself in the leg on the stage in front of 300 students. It was awful.
Well, that's a goose.
Blood squirted everywhere. The guy screamed and hollered and whined like a little boy.
Yeah.
It's a great experience for the whole family.
Yeah, that'll learn you. That's a valuable lesson taught right in public.
Tell me about all the shop teachers I had with like about 2.5 fingers on one hand. Yeah. Same deal.
Ray Moto wanted to know, was I in North Korea? At one time, I was a super American. In the early 90s, I had 5 of my children in war at the same time. 5 of my family members in war, including the son-in-law, in war at the same time. So they run an article in the newspaper about me. They come out and interview me because of my family was serving America and various forms of the military: Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Army,
Navy, Air Force. That sounds like
we had 2 in the Navy.
Yeah.
I'm in the Navy.
No, good on you, Mac. That's quite an achievement.
I mean, we've been American all of our life, but we was born in war. My family came over here from Europe, and first thing they did, we rebelled against the country that sent us over here, and then we've been at war ever since. And hell, over I might end up in the fight yet.
Where's hell?
Well, let's hope not.
You'd think that you got to let them old dogs rest.
Yeah. Kerry says he used that video all the time that you were talking about in his classes there, I guess, old Mac. I guess you're not the only one that knows about that.
Well, it was an article that was during the period of time, with our military being a voluntary military. After you get a lot of Americans killed after being in war for so long, it's hard to get like a 18-year-old boy to say, would you like to go, give you life for your country? That takes on a whole new meaning when they're really talking about giving you life.
Yeah.
Three of my kids got full retirement.
I'll just mute the dogs.
It's all right. You just come back when you can, man. It's all good.
I live the same life, man. You got to mute it when the dogs are crazy.
I was suspecting it was coming from you. I was just like, is what it is. Keep up.
No, we have hounds. We have hounds. It's probably a good thing, the big black dog is a bit of a criminal deterrent. We live in an area that perhaps could be seen as advantageous to certain types of people who want what we have, and by any means necessary. The little black, well, not so little, but the black dog is a bit of a deterrent. So for that, he gets a pat. Good dog.
I'll say a quick prayer for Tara, okay?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, put it out there for her. It's important.
Well, as a professional driver, you've got to be fit,
and safe,
fit and safe and drug free.
Safe for you and everybody else. It's a big responsibility for sure. I mean, it's almost like packing a gun all day, when you're driving 80,000 pounds down the road,
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
It's not much different. You got to be super responsible and in good health. And how about those days when you're iffy on it, like I got to make money, but I'm not feeling good. Should I be driving out on the road or, it's like, there isn't a lot of choice when you get small amount of pay.
Yeah, well, Sterling's been enlightening us with that sort of scenario.
Yeah.
Not so much Buck. Buck seems to be in a good place.
Yeah.
Delivering agricultural feed, it looks like. All the logistics around feeding. Probably, what do they call those places again? No, gone. That's all right. We've got them here in Australia. They're like a pretty intense production of cattle. Feedlots, they call them there, feedlots. And, look, it's the cattle don't get a chance to be free range. They're definitely penned up. And, does it really affect the quality of the meat? Perhaps it does. I think grass-fed meat from our southwest is a better quality of meat than.
It certainly don't taste better.
Yeah,
I've bought a lot of grass-fed stuff and all this, and like even your organic stuff, and it's blah.
It still burns the same, doesn't it?
We're spoiled to whatever we have been, given for whatever, but I don't know. Anything fattier and that's built up for flavor and taste is gonna be better anyway. Your grass fed, we're just not used to that pure regular, whatever it is. I just don't think it's good. It's not as tender.
Good luck.
We got any potty calves getting fatted up at old Mac's farm? You got any potty calves?
No, but my neighbors do, and my neighbors told me, said anytime you want to take a calf, take one. See, they raise they have just all they do is produce calves, and they sell them the calves to the market. When they get so many weeks old, they go to the market, and they have brood cows where they just breed them over and over and over to make more little babies. So if we ever wanted to take some veal, we could. We never have in 30 years we've been here.
Yeah.
How much do they charge for a calf?
Oh, really expensive. I remember when they used to be $2 per head.
Yeah, not now. 2,000 per head.
Yeah, but that goes back a ways. But my sister and her husband, I worked on their dairy. I worked where they was running a dairy, and we were the herdsmen. Me and my brother brought the cattle into the parlor for the milking and stuff like that. But our job was to round up the calves and take them to the market also, and they were $2 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not now. Jeez. Oh, I mean, and
you breed your milk cows to bring them fresh. Every time you breed them, they drop a calf. Then after they go through a little period of time, the milk is once again, more milk is given. So you're always bringing your cows fresh.
Look, there's nothing better than the rural lifestyle. Motorborn, Keith, Bob, and myself probably live in suburbia, away from the farming and rural districts. Sick does, he doesn't live anywhere near. Yeah, well, I mean, I am definitely out of the rural areas, and I want to get back there, man. I just love the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I like it here right now, like when you're like my age so far, you know, and convenience for doing things and going places and whatever. But I don't know.
Oh,
Close
look,
to work is a major thing for me, you know, to go out into the country. Then I'm going to have another 45-minute ride, easy, and then you got, you know, wear and tear, longer miles on cars, more fuel, more everything. So it's nice to be out in the country, but
You see where
I like
Chasing
it
Ghost?
home here.
Did you see where Chasing Ghost is having to go do her physical?
Mm-hmm. She asked for little physical prayers out there for her.
Yeah.
She really needs the support, and that's what we were talking about earlier.
speaking of country, and here she comes.
Look at that.
Wheelbird, there you go.
Wheel burning worldwide.
We got a few truckers.
Good to see you, Wheel burner. Thanks for stopping and saying howdy. His lives are incredible.
Morning, Connie.
600 and 700 likes and thousands of people, and it's just, you know, if you're looking at numbers anyway, you're going like, wow, you've done really something neat for yourself. Whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing is something of interest. That's what it tells me. So, and I listen to it.
Good morning, Connie.
Yes.
So I discovered this as my new potential sticker. Everybody
What do you
is
got?
so it's there. I presented it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you find your new logo?
So a bit of AI and a little bit of
Yeah.
But it let you sort of figure what you wanted to do. I sort of typed in a few things as a sort of prompt, and then it came up with this sort of sticker. And a few people have said, yeah, that looks all right. So Dave's YouTube channel, riding all over the world. There you go. I'm riding all over the world.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
I can't see it big enough, so I haven't seen a big version of it yet to really read it and look it over good, but it looked good on the small icon where when I bring you up like here on StreamYard.
Okay, I thought it would be but anyway, it's irrelevant. It's just a conversation filler.
Make a comment in the comments section. I'll pop it up. We'll take a look at it, huh?
Okay, let's have a look.
See how she looks. I'm just trying to recall and remember. So Chasing Ghost said, this is weird. Woke up, took the BP. What is that?
Blood pressure
ratio stuff and all that. No coffee, no nicotine. 151 over 111. That I don't know what that is for.
That's
blood
high.
pressure or something.
Oh yeah, she's a bit stressed.
Yeah, blood pressure.
Okay.
She's just a
Drank
bit
my
stressed.
coffee, smoked a cigarette. 129 over 78. Too much stress. Too bad I can't take a few shots.
Yeah, if medical doesn't allow her to drive, then she's without income. So
yeah, I know.
Makes it a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, and especially if that's what you've done your whole life, I'm sure she's got other resources that she could do something else. But who wants to do that incredible change when apparently she likes what she does for the most part? Like me, if you took away what I was doing, I'd be in shock and at a loss and wonder what to do. I'd probably be trying to drive again.
Yeah.
Did that for you. I only did it for less than a half a year, a quarter year. and threw in the top.
Look over there. Sterling Will doesn't have any pants.
Again?
Good morning, Sterling.
Doing good luck chasing ghost. Yeah,
Pants on.
best wishes. Good morning. I didn't see that comment. Did he say something about
No,
being commando?
no, but he always says he's wearing his panties.
No panties. Yeah. See through. I hope negligees. What? All soft and pretty. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
I'm too sexy for my clothes. I'm too
I'm
sexy.
wearing shorts.
Get cute. I'm wearing. You know, I can just never get it right. Damn it.
Are you anywhere close to home yet, Sterling? Get out of that truck and have a fortnight off, mate.
Home is in your brain. Okay, what do we got here? There we go. I see.
it.
Thank you. You did a screen share. You just didn't tell me. I was sitting down there waiting. There we go. Yeah, Dave channel, YouTube page. Boom, boom, boom. Riding all over the world. That's a great straight up clean logo, man.
That's all you need.
Mhm.
So all you need. I mean, I don't particularly like the motorcycle. It looks Japanese, but that's okay.
Yeah, well,
it's I started out on Japanese motorcycles, so kudos.
You could take a picture of yours, okay, if you send that to me, and in Photoshop, I can cut the center out of that one.
Mhm.
Do a negative of one of your motorcycles and pose you like, and just slap that right in there, and you have your own motorcycle in there.
Hey, but
Yeah. And it wouldn't take 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, no, 10 minutes. Look, I'll do some emails a bit later on.
Yeah.
You
got to use it if you don't like it, but at least you can.
So I will probably say good evening, gents. Have a lovely day. Be productive.
Yeah.
Take out that GoPro. Film around. We all want to watch. I'll finish my uploading and
Sounds good, Sterling.
I will see you, and I'll get out so Sterling can come in, and there won't be as
crowded. I know, man. And you don't want to sit to nobody in the in the raw anyway, do you?
That's right.
You never know. So, but yeah, it was great to have you come in and check in. I know it's 9-10 o'clock over there.
It's 10 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, it's
time to wind down.
Time to wind down.
Yeah, I got a Saturday thing scheduled too. So if you want to come by Saturday, same old, check in again. And any morning, you're always, everybody's welcome here.
That's good. And good to see Mac. Good to see you, Keith Bob.
Right.
Enjoy those animals.
Take care, bro.
Take care, guys. See you, man.
It's a good pair of panties. It's nice to feel pretty and soft. And yeah. I'm like, come on, I can't wear those.
Soft kitty, warm kitty. You want to pet your kitty?
If there's a bustle in your hedge grove, don't be alarmed now. Where did I just go? I went to buying the Stairway with Heaven, or to Heaven. Oh, Jessica's saying good morning, Keith Bob.
I see.
Morning. Give her the wave. All right.
If I wave too much, more than one dog will jump in my lap.
Yeah.
He's trying to get up there now, but it's a little hard.
That's the big boy. He's big.
No, this is one of the puppies.
Oh, there. He's not. The head looks so big because he was so close. But he does look like a big dog.
We're so big.
He will be.
That's a puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
There he is. There he is. Ooh.
How do, stranger?
There we go.
Morning,
I sensed a disturbance in the force and had to wake up.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You want to know what that disturbance was? I got here at midnight, had to negotiate a dark parking lot with potholes bigger than a Volkswagen Beetle.
Wow.
made my own version of a parking spot, and then I woke up and everybody was gone. I was just sitting in the middle of the parking lot.
Look, yeah, like
Like,
what
who's
the hell
that
were
guy?
you doing?
Look at that guy that can't park a semi truck.
Come on, I came in drinking last night. I parked perfectly.
I put it in the wind. Any of you that have any trucking experience will understand that St. Cloud, Minnesota to almost Kentucky was quite a run last night.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did 650 miles. I've got 600 and something to go today. I'm going to Salisbury, North Carolina, which I believe is near Charlotte.
South of Greensboro.
Huh.
Yeah.
It delivers at 0900 tomorrow. I'll get there tonight. My hours don't come back to me until 10, so I've got looks like an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah.
for I'm reset, and I'll put it in the wind some more, and I got to reload Friday afternoon. Going to let me know if I pronounce this correctly. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, or Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. You can't do it without you do the long O. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Okay.
A place to be. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we could integrate anything. Oh, goodness bless you. Yeah, Salisbury, that's like I looked it up because I knew you were going there. It's like, damn, that's a long way away. That's like 5 or 6 hours.
You want to try and meet me up? Meet me up there.
Nope.
Get on your bike
Love you,
right
but
now.
that's a little bit of a stretch. But no, I did. I immediately
I'll
looked
race
it
you
up.
there.
That's why I knew it was south of Greensboro.
You kids want to know what my current favorite trucker food is?
Do they have trucker food anymore? I thought that was gone.
It's trucker chow. I got salt and
Oh.
pepper pistachios.
Wonderful too.
Wow.
You got the in brand as well.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's so easy to go through. Like you need to have them. Well, you can't because you're driving, but I got to get them shelled, otherwise I'll just wolf them down.
That's what these are. They're all shelled.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little hard to do with one hand going down the road. I ain't gonna ask. We'll just.
That's what cruise control's for. Come on now.
We'll forget about it.
I just steer with my feet.
Yeah, or the short stick.
That's why we put a lot of air in the seat. Get the angle just right.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Perfect.
Okay, so show of
Now it
hands.
goes south.
Show of
Gotta
hands.
show hands. Okay.
How many of you have trucking industry experience?
Local, not over state lines,
Okay.
and not 18-wheeler. A short job.
I did it for a few months, man, so I can't even qualify.
So
me.
how many of you have driven an 18-wheeler? Okay. So on those 18-wheelers, you've done a pre-trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walk around.
How many lug nuts are on an 18-wheeler?
Oh boy.
10.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. 10 or 12
Per wheel.
per wheel.
Early 2000. I don't even remember how many.
I should know that. I was backing up one time. I had my steering wheel cranked over and got my 2 lugs caught in a guardrail. I mean, it literally was stuck.
Ouch.
I was so tightly parked. When I went back up, I got the 2 lugs between a guardrail. I mean, I had to tear that damn guardrail up just get loose from it.
Yeah. Oh, how many are on there? 10, 12?
I'm gonna revoke old Mac's license and your license, Moto, because the answer is 100.
Oh,
18 wheeler.
18. I'm still lost. Did I miss something obviously that
No.
was?
yes, because he wants the total number of all lug nuts on the vehicle. We're thinking per wheel.
Well, I wanted to know that before I did the math. Yeah,
Well,
that's why I was trying to say. Got to know that before you can do a
Moto,
total.
you just way too analytical for a group like this.
Yeah,
That's what it
he kind of
is.
set us up to fail on that one.
I know.
No,
That's
it
what I.
didn't. No. There was a totally fair question, and I need to remind all of you to stick to motorcycles.
Yeah. How many lug nuts are on those?
Trick question. Unless you got a BMW, a Ducati, a Goldwing,
Yeah.
Honda VFR.
Yeah.
What about the Harley trikes? Do they have lug nuts, or what holds them on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to have lug nuts, right?
A wing and a prayer.
Wing and a prayer. You've only got 5 axles. Multiply the number per hub by 10. He just threw my brain in another twist. I don't think that way. Unless you have Bud wheels, then you have more.
You know, Sterling, I was told that I was driving illegal when I was driving a single tandem dump truck with an articulate trailer with air, because I had Class B with air, and a dump truck with an articulate trailer is considered A.
Yeah.
If I'm not correct, I don't know.
It depends, because Class B, I believe, has a weight restriction in addition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think Class B is up to maybe 50,000 pounds or 60,000 pounds, something like that.
Dude, I drove 73. I drove 73 one day with double stacked wall stone.
Yeah, I'd have to double check on that. But you know, never just get your Class B. Go ahead and get the Class A and have everything. That makes you a better prospect on the job market, and get all your endorsements, even the passenger ones, because you never know when you're going to be stuck in an international truck and you just want to go home and drive a school bus.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience.
No,
not at all.
You've put some love into the truck anyway. It's probably had some better treatment than it's ever had.
More than love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This truck has gotten some very inappropriate behavior from me.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Mo, good morning. Mo motorcycling. How you doing, brother?
I'm scared to go home because I don't know if I know how to ride a motorcycle anymore. Do they make training wheels for a Yamaha?
You don't forget. You know that.
I think
Should I just go home and then like fold up the kickstand and then just push the bike over and get it out of my system?
Oh yeah.
Accidentally fall in your garage to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Should I just get it out of my system? Let it crash against the Volkswagen before I try to go ride?
Oh.
Remember this. You got a woman at home when you get there at you're worrying about whether you remember how to ride your bike. You remember your woman. You want to refresh up on that. Maybe read a couple of chapters. You know how to be romantic and
see.
Bring her some flowers. And
life saving.
Great dinner.
Yeah. So you're saying don't just pull up in the driveway, push her out of the way, and go right to the motorcycles?
Get my bike washed while I was gone. You know.
Skip the foreplay. Just go to the motorcycle.
Is the tank full?
Pull up in the driveway with that 1,000-yard stare.
Come on with your helmet on.
She'll probably have to go get a tetanus shot because she said, "Ain't no way that we're gonna mess with that rusty thing."
No, rusty thing.
Okay. Well, there you go. Chasing Ghost knows her classifications anyway.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Any trailer, no matter what weight, over
Yeah.
10,000 pounds.
Yeah, so they had me they wanted me to they told me to get B, and they got me the B, and then they were having me drive around with excavators and stuff on a trailer, overweight. I was driving around with a single tandem dump truck with a trailer with a John Deere 80C on the back of it chained down.
That's right. Tara's 100% right on that. Class B is not a combination vehicle.
Yeah.
All right.
But they probably told you to get a Class B just because it would give you at least air brakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to do the walk around and tell them about the slack adjusters and everything, and give them the measurements, and I had to do everything.
I could already tell it would take you an hour to pre-trip a truck.
Oh, dude, forget it. Like at least a half hour, 45 minutes. I wouldn't remember half the shit I had to do, dude. I'm like, is there a list, Sterling?
Yeah.
The way I was petrified about that at first because of memorization, but the way they teach you in class, it's such a neat thing in the order, and you go around, you look at the front of the truck. If I remember, you go over to the left side and you're hitting everything top to bottom as you go around, and you come all the way around to the other side. And then I think the last thing was like air brakes or whatever it was that you
Your air brake test.
yeah. And you, when you got in that habit, because you went there every day, and I'd show up early and do it with the friend before we even started the class. We would be out there because we definitely didn't want to forget that stuff. Something simple could, plus it's just a good habit. And then when I got to work and did actually work, they didn't even really, nobody was pre-tripping. I was the only one out there, like the new guy.
Yeah, your boss would get pissed and be like, "Why aren't you driving, boy?"
I know, and I was a little confused on all that, but it was like, well,
I got a pre-trip.
let me come even earlier. That's what I did, and then nobody has to bitch about nothing. And
yeah, and worse than that, you're the new guy, and all of a sudden you find something wrong. And you're like, "Well, boss, you got to get that fixed." And your boss is like, "Screw you, boy!
Don't you know?
Get in that truck. You got 9 more tires you can drive with."
Yeah,
Before they
you'll be sitting.
before there was a Western Express, there was a company called Deaton Trucking out of Birmingham. The Boyd brothers, they used to be like together, and then Deaton came over. Oh, Cheat and Deaton, we was pulling out of the yard over in Birmingham, and there was a truck sitting there with the trailer with the rear end sitting down on the ground, still hooked to the tractor. And the story was the guy did a walk around, didn't notice that the back of the trailer was sitting on 55-gallon drums. There was no wheels on the trailer. Hooked up to it and drove off and drug it down 50 feet before he realized he didn't have any rear wheels. They asked him about his walk around. He had it in his book. It showed where he did his walk around,
Check it off.
Yeah. He didn't even look back there, man.
Yeah, that'll learn you.
Easiest way to get fired is mess up pre-trip.
Yeah.
And I tell you, in the logbooks a long time ago, back in the back of your book, there's a thing called a recap page. And so if you thought you was really smart by taking the pins out of the logbook and changing pages, to correct the logbook, you better refresh that recap in the back. Otherwise, there you go. There's a logbook. Yeah. Many a driver's been caught because the recap didn't match the book. Look at that.
I don't recall that. Let's see. Anybody heard of that movie?
Mad World.
Yeah.
Who's
in it?
Come here. Come right over here.
Buddy Hackett. Man, that must be old.
Look at Mother Teresa. Come on down here, lower side. That's Mother Teresa. Thank you, Mother Teresa.
Oh, I missed it. There we go. The saint. Yeah. Yeah, you had way more Mads the other day. You had like a paragraph or two. It was doing auto type or something. It was mad. Connie, good morning. Good to
Morning,
see you,
Connie.
brother. Yeah, man. Oh, it's really old but timeless. Recommend it to anyone into cars or trucking. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. There ain't nothing I missed too much. And Buddy Hackett was a cool and funny dude in the day. He grew up with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he in the Herbie movies?
Yeah, I believe he was.
Was that Buddy Hackett, the mechanic dude?
Herbie, that could be.
I wish Sam Kinison had been still around today with what's going on in the world. I mean, he'd have a different spin on it, I'll assure you.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be allowed on. We'd have to see him on TV or YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he'd be a star on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the comedians that really push the boundaries, they still exist. It's just they have to find their audience because right now everything is so censored, or not so much anymore. But
Yeah.
he'd still have a place.
Well, let's see, Tara says, used to, when you picked up a trailer, you signed off on the previous inspection and left a copy for the next driver in the trailer you dropped. Still law, not enforced.
They are enforcing nothing in the trucking industry right now.
I mean, that does, you get a trailer that was left and nobody, claims anything, and here you are trying to make money, and you have a trailer and whatever, and then you find out it's really jacked up. Nobody took care of it. It could, all that time it spent sitting there could have been in for repairs, and you wouldn't be wasting your time picking up something you couldn't pick up or use, or if you just miss whatever was wrong with on it, you're liable for what somebody else overlooked. I know it's your own responsibility to check everything, but you can.
Whether we like it or not, we are licensed professionals, right up there with doctors and lawyers and airplane pilots.
I was pulling a set of doubles out of Manteca, California, and the little pup trailer back there had something was wrong in the suspension, and it was dog-legged into the traffic. And so we was going across the bridge where the rice fields out of Sacramento, out of Manteca, and I had another set of doubles coming, and he was dog-legged too. And we hit trailers together. I mean, we smacked them together. It didn't hurt. I mean, wood flew everywhere, but I was hoping it would slap me straight, but it didn't.
Yeah, I don't know how they get either the whole frame is twisted or this is tandems. I mean, you can't miss a line of tandem in the back at all, like even one notch. I wouldn't think that would be possible.
Well, you could have broken spring. There's several things that would
make
it track. It doesn't track good.
Yeah, and on a set of pups, there's just one axle back there.
Yeah.
You can tell some of the wrecked cars. You'd see them spider walk down the road.
I seen one yesterday. I think it was like a mid 2000s Dodge Durango, like when they first came out.
Yeah.
And he had hit a bump, probably the same bump that I hit yesterday.
Yeah.
Because America's infrastructure is the best in the world.
It's terrible.
His car split in half and drug the fuel tank for a quarter mile before he was able to pull over the side of the road. That's how bad it was rusted out.
Oh my God!
I pulled up past it right after it happened. He was climbing out the driver's side window because he couldn't get the doors open anymore.
Yeah. I was like me with my subframe not long ago on my Endeavor. I was real lucky. It was totally rusted out. I mean, I hit the gas, my ass end would go to the left, I'd get off, and I'd feel it go to the right. And I was like, let's take a look under there. And There it was. I still drove it after that, but not out like anywhere, just like back street, go get groceries until I ordered a new thing. But yeah, that's real right there when that guy just drop your rear end out in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I'm not accustomed to seeing rust on cars. You know, living on the West Coast, you know, well, we've got dust, but out here,
yeah,
I can't tell if the car has bullet holes or rust holes.
Yeah. It's holy. Says we all have cell phones, walk around, take pics. See?
Yep.
Most trailers off track, usually only a few inches. Yeah, I keep an eye out for those. Definitely.
Morning, Evil.
Makes it more fun going through the tunnels when they're doing that. Let's see.
Or the toll booths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wannabe. Good morning.
Yes. Back. Thought you were here earlier, weren't you? Yeah, you were saying good morning to somebody new, maybe. Or I'm just seeing things. You want to be CG? Oh, hi, hello. Yeah, not want to be. He was actually saying hi to wannabe. I thought that was the start of a sentence.
Yeah.
I was thrown off. So yeah, I'm committed to another year. I guess I was telling you that, Sterling, for the
for StreamYard.
Yeah, I got $25 off on it anyway, so that was a nice little discount. And then, of course, I make a little bit on YouTube, so I just because I wasn't going to really do it, and then I was thinking, well, what I'm making in a year will, according to what I make now, will pay for it. So I go, yeah, there you go. That'll put it back in, and still get to do these fun things and hang out with y'all.
So what you got to do is send an email to StreamYard and tell them that you are a world-renowned tattoo artist, and you will tattoo StreamYard on the CEO's back.
Yeah.
If you get it free for a year.
All StreamYard users, yeah. Can you stop by and get the discount? We'll put the duck on you.
Yep.
I told you, Motobomb, I would help you out if you.
Oh, dude, no, I can't. No, man, I appreciate.
Well, I mean, you're what holds this gang together.
No,
you and Sick, you know.
And that's exactly what I told Dean in the email. Like, hey, you've got a very important community here.
Thank you, though. It's been fun. I just like doing it. And you know the fun stuff you like. You like the new, like I need to make new intros and do this and do that and learn how to put timers on your videos and just it keeps me busy and thinking and doing new stuff and striving to do different things. And then when you get it, you go show it off and, 0.5% people care about that.
Oh, it's closer to 1%. Come on.
The thicker tape to come and all that. You're like this. You start nothing. Nobody even noticed. But I like it.
There's nothing better than going live and seeing the watch counter at 0 for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's
stuff like that. Stuff like that.
It's very motivational boosting.
Like you.
Morale.
Or a lot of us, but I know you really put extra effort into everything you do on your videos, and they're really good. The quality wise, sound wise, the visuals.
Yes, the second channel, the new channel. I think it's my 4th channel now. Sterling Trucking Delivers. We're getting subscribers. Videos are getting some views and stuff. So I'm doing all right. All right.
And those have the lesser amount of your quality videos on them, according to what you say. Because you're not having all your mics that you use and doing all. That's what I meant, quality wise.
Yeah, I'm not going full crazy on it. It's easy enough for me to just strap a camera to my head and talk like an idiot.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You don't.
Hey, Buck Brown.
But in the next video, you'll see some drone footage. I did on the last video. I did use an ND filter on my GoPro, so it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Time is it? Just about.
25.
Yeah.
So I'm on the same time as you guys then.
Yeah. What's going on, Rick? Evil Rick. What's up, Buck?
Hey, Bob.
Look out there.
Don't you look at me like that.
Buck had quite the announcement on my live yesterday or the day before on my
Yeah.
7-hour marathon church wheel.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
I was in and out of that all day.
All day, literally, huh?
Yeah. Well, the second I get on there and be like, hey, kids, I'll only be here for about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and 7 hours later.
7 hours later. Oopsies.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I was just going to take a look. It wasn't that long ago. I was just trying to get 50 subs for to do some live. And now you got that. And
I think we're up to 70 now.
Up on 80. Yeah, 79, 80, basically.
I don't pay attention to the numbers too much because I know that my abrasive personality causes people to unsubscribe.
Jeez.
So long, suckers.
Man, that was the attraction for me. What's this guy gonna do?
Baba Booey.
Let's watch that. Wow.
The answer
Now I
is
know
crazy.
you. Now I know you.
What is he going to do next?
What's
Mhm.
next?
Buck Brown. Oh, Buck Brown. Remember for 1 month. Why does my truck seem to drive way better now? Because you've been a member.
No, because
You've
he
been
paid it
membering.
off.
Yeah.
What that is, boy, that'll make you happy.
Yeah, that man is free and clear as far as semi trucks is concerned. The rest of his life is turmoil, but hey, the semi truck's paid for.
You got to put all that money right back into saving up for the next truck that you may need down the road.
I think that's the last truck he's going to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a good enough truck. You can keep putting money into it. Something blows up or breaks or whatever. You just keep it rolling. But there comes a point in a man's life where you're looking at $200,000 to $250,000 for a new truck, and you're like, why?
Why?
It's like a home.
It's like a mortgage payment, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
That's what I got. That's what mine was worth when I bought it. So yeah, Carney, the Ram phones, they're decent. I will, if if you got a Harley and you put them on there, I'd still find a way to tether your phone to the handlebars, because mine started breaking where the shock mount is that holds the big knob that the thing clamps onto. You'll see it get extra bouncy at some point, and you'll look back there and you see it cracking, and that damn thing will fall off. Just be careful. That's with any piece of thing that's plastic and it's on your Harley handlebar.
I'm not sure, but I think Ram does have a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
At least they used to. I knew one of the guys that worked at Ram Mounts. They were based out of Minden, Nevada for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've got them on my bikes. I've always loved them. Got them on my semi trucks. If it's good enough for military and ambulances and fire trucks and stuff like that, it's good enough for a motorcycle.
And they're not super high price like some of them are.
Made in the USA too.
The scissors that goes up and open, they got cheap kind of no, not cheap, but they're spongy, soft little bumpers that go on there that will fall off real easy. I took those off and I bought some of this gas line stuff, like for models or whatever. Sure. I have a big tube of it, and cut that and slid that over because it's nice and tight. And then the last 1/4 inch I bent in at a 45 degrees. So when you put your phone and stuff in there, it kind of helps secure it. I don't know if that's a tip for anybody who wants to modify their stuff. And then, of course, I use that web that you put on the back that wraps around the front of your phone. So
Yeah, catches the corners.
yeah, because without that, man, I hated those RAM mounts on my. I lost 2 or 3 phones before I knew any better.
And it's very rough on a phone. I know a guy that rebuilds phones back
Yeah.
home. And he says
The
that's the
shock
worst
is-
thing to do is put your phone on a motorcycle, especially if it's a Harley, because those
Yeah.
vibrations get into that sensitive electronics and stuff. So
That's good.
only put a very well insured phone on your handlebar.
That's good to know.
There's been a little bit of an argument that I've seen about, do us moto vloggers,
Yeah.
action cameras like your GoPros and your DJIs and all that stuff versus just using your cell phone. My argument's always go with an action camera, because 9 times out of 10 your phone is also, not only is it a video, but it's your phone, it's all your contacts.
Oh yeah.
It's your banking information, it's your GPS, it's
It's a whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using it a lot less on my motorcycles. Like on my Yamaha, it's not too much of a problem, but on the Harley, you can just watch what it does out there, and it's pretty violent.
And,
So I
and
kinda
listen,
quit doing that.
every pawn shop in America has a 5-year-old GoPro for $100.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you've been using them for a while now. Yeah. What you got there, Mac?
When we do this quite often, Angelique will have her cell phone mounted here,
Yeah.
and she'll hold it up above us, and then she'll
Yep.
hand it off to me. I'll stick my hand over out of the camera view. She'll hand it to me, and I'll go all the way around to me and back
Yeah.
to her. And
Yep.
it's like a drone flying around you. But this way, it's also a shock absorber. You don't have the impact of the
definitely.
vibration from the engine. Your arm absorbs everything,
Sure.
and it makes
Exactly.
really smooth. It makes some really smooth videos.
Yeah. See, you got a little lasso in the end too. You put that around your wrist.
So you don't drop it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's really big about doing that because she's
Hell yeah.
so afraid she's going to lose it and drop it. And
Me too.
I put a rubber band around here.
Yeah.
My camera is sitting horizontal, not vertical.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I put a rubber band. It
Yep.
doesn't mind what you put in front of it because only the lens is what it sees.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I wrap it up good so it don't vibrate or move or nothing.
Wrap it up good. Always do that. And
Yeah,
when you get
but-
on the gas, you're prepared. When you get on the gas,
Oh hell yeah! I like to get it on.
I hear you. I was out on the boat the other day, and the same thing. I was like, I had the long extension way out there, and thought, oh, let's do something cool and high, looking
So you
down
can
at
see
me.
the wake and
I was
everything.
only doing,
Yeah.
I was only doing like 22 mile an hour, but out on the lake and you're down low, I feel like you're like, oh, I said that thing could fly off because I have no tethering on it, and
Right.
come back down. I was like, oh, thank you.
You didn't catch any fish, but you sure did run over a bunch of them.
I did, man. I was, trimming back fins for sure.
Yeah.
That was a bad day that day. Well, it was a good day, but I don't even think I got a bite. I don't even think I got, not even a sawfish because they're
Yeah,
shallow.
Last
And-
year, red leading, I did that trip to Astoria and brought the motorcycle, and I gave her a GoPro on a wand, and I put the max lens on it. And with the max lens, it keeps the horizon level all the time. And I think it's
Yeah, right.
the video where we rode to the Astoria column, and you can actually pull the GoPro and hold it, like she would hold it behind her, and it would keep the lens flat the whole time.
Nice.
And she would just film and stuff. And I never thought about having her hand me the camera while I'm riding, but
It's a really cool effect.
I'd be crazy enough to try it. I tell you that.
Oh yeah, you can do it. I just reach back and get a hold of it, and then I hand it back to her. And by the way, Sterling, tell Moto and Sick what it's like, and also Keyfob what it's like to cross the Astoria Bridge.
How many? I think it's 4 miles long.
And how high is it? I've been up there when the fog is so thick on the Columbia River that you could not see the river.
Yeah.
That's
No
a
kidding.
tall arch
Yeah,
bridge it
it's
goes across the Columbia River.
it's on my channel, Moto. If you look at the playlists, it's it's Astoria, Oregon playlist.
Oh my!
And I filmed riding the motorcycle across that a couple times, but not in the fog. I wouldn't ride in the fog, but man, that
We
bridge is so awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got down there. We was on the Washington side, and it was perfectly clear there at La Push or whatever that little town is down there. But as we started across, going up the bridge, we come into fog that was maybe 50 or 60 feet off the river, and now we're in it, and you couldn't even see the river. You couldn't see nothing below. It was just like you was in a cloud.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of bridge that got knocked out in Baltimore.
Yeah, that's right.
Something
So
else.
I've crossed that
it's like
bridge in Baltimore.
Never
it's
heard
like
of it.
1,000 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
You got to see, Astoria is across the Columbia River, and some of the biggest Pacific storms come up that Columbia River.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be treacherous. The wind, if you're pulling like a 20 or 30-foot RV behind your pickup truck, it's
Yeah.
a handful to get across there when the wind's blowing.
And we got
Some of
got
the
a pretty
most
high one in
dangerous waters
Richmond.
in the world.
Yeah.
I used to cross the Columbia River up there at the Dalles. That's on Highway 97. You know, it goes up through the middle of Oregon, Sterling. And
Yep.
in the old days, you had to cross the Dalles over to the Washington side on a barge. You loaded it up, and they had an open barge.
Yeah,
And
before they built that big bridge. I
Yep,
think that's
that's right.
Riggs, Oregon.
Yeah, we're down by the road there, but we call it the Dalles. That whole area there on 84 now. I think it's I-84 down at the bottom. Is it 84 goes along to Columbia? I think it is.
Yep.
But in the old days, coming up Highway 97, you had two routes that came up through Oregon: 395, US 395, and US 97. And 97 was right through the middle, and that's where they went. That 97, you remember there was a gorge up there where some guy threw his kids off the gorge?
Jeez.
It's like a 600-foot drop there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something I've never heard.
Oh, well, we're talking about history.
Yeah.
Old stuff.
Yeah.
That happened back in probably the 50s or 60s.
Mm.
But Highway 97 is still there. And now, of course, Highway 395, you know about it, Moto. It goes from Canada all the way to Mexico. US 395.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been along it most of the
Yeah,
length,
you're going to cross it one way or another if you do any traveling down through there.
What are Dells anyway? What are they considered? I know I've been
Dalles, the Dolls.
Yeah. Oh, mm.
in this that I'm talking about the Wisconsin Dells.
Oh,
Dells
No.
is something else. It's like
Dells in Spanish, I think, is like valley, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. Because they do have big places there where that's
Valley.
like the area, and they call it the Wisconsin Dells. It's like a part of Wisconsin that has dells, I guess, valleys. I didn't know that
Like
that's what they were called and what they represented.
Remember the song "Farmers in the Dale"?
Yeah,
Farmers in the
yeah.
Dale.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Never even put that together. Damn. No
Oh,
surprise,
man.
right?
Oh, Mac.
Oh, Mac.
That's because old Mac wrote that song.
Hey.
So I got a question for you kids.
I was a teenager.
Yesterday in Minnesota, I noticed that kayaks were almost $500 cheaper than they are in Nevada. Why is that?
Wow.
I'm thinking it's hard to kayak on a frozen river.
No, they're cheaper in Minnesota because that's the land of 10,000 lakes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Friggin' lake everywhere out there.
Yeah. They say there's like that many just up in the northern part because of all the small, if you was to be technical about it, like all the little ponds that are up there and go on forever. There's a lot of water. That's why I grew up on a lake. Well, most of my growing up.
I have
Never-
lasting memories of Eveleth, Minnesota. I'll never forget my stay the weekend in Evelyn, Minnesota. 30
Yeah.
below zero.
Yuck.
Man.
Had to have a heater on my engine. They actually had to come out and bring a heater, a butane that slid under there to heat my motor up so the oil wouldn't where I could turn the engine over.
That's what I had to do with my VW out in the garage when I had one. It'd be so cold. I put the space heater underneath there so I could get to school and didn't have to ride the bus. Otherwise, it wasn't turning over. And after I got it started and I'd put it inside in the back seat, Dad got really mad that I did that shit because he's going to burn the house down, and like, I just trying to get warm, for like the first 5 minutes to school because there's absolutely really no heat in those things. You can get a little bit out of them, but not Minnesota, middle of winter, warm.
The trick to getting heat out of Volkswagen is to plug all the holes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of fire and house fires, any updates from Salty Badger?
I haven't heard much. No.
No, I haven't heard anything.
He was still trying to get he had to replace his phone, he had to replace his computer and stuff. So he hasn't, I don't even think he's been allowed back in the house yet. I don't know.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to stink forever.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff it's smoke damage. Everything's smoke damage.
Yeah. And if you're smelling
it's
stuff,
toxic.
Toxic, yeah, exactly.
Toxic.
It's not healthy. Oh, world's largest outdoor water park in the state. That is a cold and frozen 60% of the year. Yeah, I know. I see those all the time going up. Was it 94?
Yeah.
And I always thought that was pretty unique. It's like, I never got to visit those when I was in Minnesota. We never took those trips there. That would have been great.
The indoor water parks.
Yeah. They're probably not that old, though. Yeah, it's a huge indoor amusement park, indoor,
That hotel I was staying at had 4 swimming pools, 2 hot tubs.
Yeah. Nice.
Arcade and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
Pretty much north of Madison, 94, all that stuff starts. And you get some big river that crosses.
Up around Toma.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's that? Eclair. And then you take the bend and then go into the cities where you were. Yeah, I haven't heard for a few days either. I see shorts getting put out every now and then. Say, I was his daughter's place. Yeah, he was next. I thought it was the place next to his daughter's. We'll never know till we get to really talk to him.
That's where the fire started. But they're all connected via the rafters, you know.
Yeah. It took him a long time to put that thing out. I was surprised, and you didn't see no flames, but it took forever to put out. Like, you would think something that was roaring and had flames come out. Now that would take, you might not get it out.
I was surprised how long it took them to put that out. I thought they would have had that out much faster. They vented it quick.
Yep. A lot of that has to do with the building codes nowadays. They make it to where it burns slow.
Yeah.
It's not like in the old days or like in a trailer park where, it just burns down to the ground in minutes.
Yeah, you're right, Evil Rick.
Yeah.
Not sure what the context is on fire. When we do get word, if the guy is without tools and machines, I'm sure we can all pitch in. Yeah. Where are you from, Go Fast Racing? Just asking. You're new here. 4 subscribers, no content, but been on since 2016. And sometimes the comments just feel generic once in a while. No offense, man.
Go Fast probably didn't know. Go Fast probably didn't know as soon as you come through the doors into the coffee show. I mean, you're subject to full cavity searches.
Full cavity search, man. Yeah.
We're going to introduce you to bend over.
Turned you inside out.
Shake you upside down.
Yeah, introduce you to bend over. Cough.
Yeah, wasn't that
We'll
on one of the?
interrogate you till we get the information out of you.
Is Ben out in the parking lot? Ben Dover?
Yeah.
Last name Dover? Ben
Yeah.
Dover? Is that American Graffiti or one of those old shows?
Mm-hmm.
Rob, I live in the driftless regions where the glaciers didn't touch. Cool part of the state. Southwest corner. Best regards to Salty Badger. Yeah.
Yeah. Hope he's doing okay.
See, backyard is what used to be the Saddleback Park. Population in early motocross and what used to be scrambles.
Ah.
Is that in the relationship to something that somebody said? Because I get lost. Don't think it was anywhere near Salty's place. Okay. You guys, as long as you guys know what you're talking about, I don't. I got to get going here, you guys. It's that time, 10:45. Bad signal from your location. Oakwood, Virginia. Well, you're mighty close, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know where Oakwood is, but if you're in Virginia, it can't be more than, who knows?
It must be near
hours away.
Hardwood. It must be near Hardwood if Buck Brown is there.
Oakwood
Might be trying to get an extension on his deck.
deck, more
Yeah. He's
hardwood for the deck.
Yeah.
Redwood.
You're pretty fast there. Keep up.
Yeah.
What is
I have my
wood? That was great. Say, go fast. Racing is legit. He is an OG in my chat. Or is it my neighbor trolling? Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? You still in your 20s? Right on, man.
We need to get Buck a t-shirt that says deck specialist.
Yeah.
Specialist.
Ask me about my
we
deck.
can it's on the back side of Buck Brown's t-shirt said, "We can handle your deck."
I've been decked by Buck.
Love you,
All right.
Buck. Love you, man.
We're going to say goodbye. Peace, love. See you all tomorrow. If you want to come by, some of us will be here anyway.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Chat Peak, that's great. Yep.
Got him live tonight.
Yep.
Chicken's in the oven.
Yep.
Right, y'all.
Sick bastard.
I
Bye-bye.
think I will go over there and maybe start a little live up. We don't have anywhere to go this morning, and my signal looked like it's holding up. So
We'll see
we
you
had
then.
such an well, yesterday was just terrible. So maybe today we might be able to make up for it. See
got a lot of
y'all
rain.
over there.
All right. Yep. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Go see Mac. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for having a wonderful coffee with me, man. It is much greatly appreciated. I think we started the day off right, so just we'll love on your peeps. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them, and just go out and have the best day you can. Spread it out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.